There we go. All righty then. Get everything lined up here. All right, guys, welcome back to Daddy Duck 365 in the blind. Again, as always, this live stream is brought to you by Comp and Choke. Comp and Choke tubes give the high performance shooters and hunters consistency and confidence shot after shot. Also, by Salt Creek Custom Ammunition, you can have the best camo in the world. You can have the best decoys, the best gun. But at the end of the day, the only thing that truly matters is the ammo. And that's why I choose Salt Creek Custom Ammunition and Comp and Choke. Also, brought to you by www.daddyduck365.com, where you can get all of your duck hunting lifestyle apparel needs. If we don't have it, ask me and we'll try to get it. Okay, RD Reynolds, what's going on? How are you doing tonight? And say hey to Noah for me. What up, Mark? How you doing? Hope everybody's had a good weekend. How was everybody's 4th of July weekend? Y'all have a good time? Was there anybody do anything special? I myself and my wife, we just grilled out some hot dogs. That was it for 4th of July. And I did a little shooting over the weekend, both Friday and Saturday. And kind of just hung out at the house most of the time. It's too hot to do anything. We are fishing. He heard you and waved. Cool beans. Y'all in the little pond by the house fishing? Y'all catch anything? You watched RD test ammo? Hank Wachter ate, barbecued, and played with cheap Chinese explosives. Hank, how you doing? Don't believe I've seen you in here before. Thanks for coming in, showing up. Just do me a favor. Hit that little thumbs up button for me. It helps me out a lot. I'm here to report I still have all 10 fingers. We didn't shoot off any fireworks here. There was enough going around in the neighborhood. All you had to do is step out if you wanted to watch it. I'm assuming that is you're fishing at the pond by the house, and that y'all have caught some fish. Okay, cool. Mark, I need to give you a call. Thinking about heading that way. Don't normally get the chance to watch it live. Well, thanks for showing up tonight. Appreciate it, man. M2 Outdoors, long time, man. It has been a long time, brother. I'm glad you're here. Keith is here. Hey, Keith. My goal in life is to keep RD's fingers where they are at. Grant McIntosh is in the house. What's up, Grant? Well, Hank, I mean, you don't have to give me the exact town or anything, but what state you from? And just tell us where you're from, man. I like to know where people are. Love the merch. Hey, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. We did a kind of we added some more hats. So about to take the dogs for a cruise. You taking them out on the big water, or you taking them in your little boat? I got with Ryan earlier today, and he has added some hats. We are bringing back the OG hat. We are bringing this one back. We'll have it in this color, I think black, and I think a gray, I believe. We got the OD, the OD brown that has. We're gonna have leather patches on that, and we're still gonna have the Daddy Duck on there. And Keith, I am working. I sent him an email today about putting the Make Ducks Migrate Again on some camo hats. I did not see it last time I checked it. If I don't see it by tomorrow, I'm going to call him again and say, hey, we need to put that on there as well. Because I know you've been asking for it. Blythewood, South Carolina, hunt the swamp at C&T. That's kind of how I found your channel a few years back. Well, dang, dude, that's awesome. I appreciate that. Rain flooded the yard and they're bored. That's funny, Grant. You got to video that, man. I swear, you got to video that. Well, Hank, that's pretty cool, man. I do hunt the swamp a lot. If I'm not somewhere else out of state, if you ever see me, man, run into you, flag me down, dude. This is the I showed y'all this, I think, last Monday night, but this is the Boys of Summer shirt I'm wearing today. It's the one with the wood ducks on it, on the back. Oh man, what a week. So let's see here. So Thursday we hung around the house and Bougie is wanting to get inside. Hang on. Go on. Sorry about that. Bougie wanted to get in. She hates closed doors. Thursday we hung around the house. I ended up cooking some hot dogs later on. It was just me and her. Greenhead, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? Let's see here. Friday. I don't know where y'all are. I mean, a lot of you, I know where you're at. Most of you. It was 109 with the heat index Friday morning. I went out to the range, did a pattern test with a 410. That video is up and out. I did some other videos. Well, I'm going to tell you what happened. I wore one shirt, right? And I was just going to do 3 separate videos. I was going to do the 20 gauge and the 28 pattern testing. And I came home and I was reviewing the video, and from my waistline to the top of my neck was my shirt was sweat. There's nothing but sweat. So I went back out Saturday morning and reshot the whole thing, redid the patterns, the whole 9 yards. And they'll be coming out. The 28 and the 20 will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. Do one a week for right now. Trying to stretch out this off season. Itching for duck season, man. Went and shot 3 boxes of skeet yesterday. Cool beans. That 410 was impressive, Mark. I don't Swamp Rat, Africa hot outside. Yes, it was nasty over the weekend. I was going to cut grass Saturday, but we had a rainstorm come up. Of course, I have to work on Sundays, and as I was doing some stuff, I had some stuff when I had to do real quick when I got off work. I came back home to cut grass, and it started raining again. So I ended up getting the grass and stuff cut today, and it's way high, and so I cut a little bit. I'm gonna have to cut it again in a couple of days and knock it back down to get it to the height that I like. Dude, watch that video, and heck yes, I can tell that you were in it. Yeah, dude, it was hot. River, how you doing, man? I think I actually ran into you about 8 or 10 years ago hunting in the back end of Snake Creek. Really? You could have, dude. I mean, you really could have. I wasn't videoing then, but you could have run into me very, very easily. I ain't been up there. I ain't been up there all summer. I have not been in the swamp all summer. I've been wanting to go, and every time I get ready to go, something always comes up around. I do a lot of, all good shirt on the way from your store. Hey, I appreciate that. Appreciate that, River. Yeah. Now I hope everybody understands that it was a holiday weekend, and so it's getting done, and everything's getting made up and whatnot. So it should be sent out hopefully this week. I just hope y'all all understand that it was a holiday weekend. 8 to 10 years ago, man, that was a long time. It might have, 8 to 10 years. I'd have been overseas hunting a lot. Oh, not hunting, but working. You may have caught me when I was home on vacation or something. But I want to get back in this. I haven't been in the swamp all summer. I want to go back. It seems like every time I do, something comes up, and I've got a lot of yard work that I've been doing around here. Stuff, not just with the cutting the grass, but the bushes, and I still got some bushes that I want to get cut out from around the house and get them completely gone. How's the water look up there? And so bone dry, dude. I wouldn't say bone dry, but it's water's low. It's real low. Now we've had some rain in the last couple 3 days, so I'm hoping that as it flows down, it'll fill it up a little bit. But I don't mind low water right now, because I like to have the grasses and stuff to grow up. So I don't mind low water this time of year. Well, I've been running the Go Devil for quite some time, and there is a guy, I wouldn't say he favors me, but he does grow a beard out, and it is as white as mine right now, and that is Robin Inanimate, and I think he still sells Go Devil. So sells the Go Devil boats and motors out of St. Matthews. So it could have been him, could have been me. Who knows, dude? Seriously, who knows? I hunt up there a lot, so. Was it a long? Do you remember if it was a long tail or a short surface drive? I've had my surface drive since '09. The boat I have out there, I've had it since '09. So, I mean, it could have been me. Mississippi River. It could have been. It could have been me or Robin. To be honest with you, he is a swamp rat. Robin is he is one of the original swamp rats. Mississippi River Valley is still right below action stage, going to drop out in a few weeks, but lots of rain predicted. Yeah, you do know I'll be down in Venice, Louisiana in September, right? I can't remember how far you told me. I know you told me 1,000 times, but I'll be down there. But I'm right there with you, man. I cannot wait till duck season starts. I'm just tired of this heat. You got a face people can't forget. You got a face for what's that old saying? You got a face for radio and a voice for TV. I got you. there is a just I know where that buck. Well, I don't know if it's still there or not, but I know where there's a buckbrush slough back in there. In the body of a Mack truck. Yeah, I don't know how many of y'all have watched that video, but I got one guy in there that's not happy with me. I'm like, whatever, man. You don't want to hunt with a 410, that's fine. You don't, that's fine with me. I don't care. I'm not trying to make you go out and get a 410. I'm just showing you what the gun and the ammo can do. I know RD knows this. I know that Keith from Salt Creek Custom Ammo knows it. If you've ever shot TSS, have you ever patterned it and seen the patterns that it gives, especially using the open chokes? It is just absolutely unbelievable, the patterns you get. Hey, Charles, how you doing? Now, me and Keith were joking earlier today. We were saying, yeah, if I can sell enough T-shirts, I can buy a couple cases. That was back when we had ducks in the swamp before all the ponds and rim, and I sucked all the birds out. Dude, I remember those days. Oh my gosh. I remember going in there as a kid and just absolutely wiping. I mean, we didn't do it every day. No, don't get me wrong. We didn't do it every day, but there were more times than not we shot our limits of mallards. Y'all will be looking good for teal season in Venice. Had a lot of vegetation grow back. Blue wings are starting to make their way down in a few weeks. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm keeping up with it. It's going to be a fun. I mean, we're going to have some fun. Me and my dad are going, and we're going to have one day where we shoot nothing but 410s, and then we're going to have a day that we shoot nothing but 28s, and he's going to shoot his 20. I'm probably going to go back to the Sweet 16, just to have it. What are you doing? I don't think Bougie knows what she wants to do. She wants to come in. She wants to come out. But I'm very excited for it. I can't wait. Well, we got a guide. We are going with a guide, so I'm assuming the boat's already in the water. Oh yeah, yeah. I got a lot of people, Hank, that are from the Blythewood area that follow this channel. Oh, there was some really good seasons, man. I mean some jam up seasons. You're lucky to see 250, 300 birds in that swamp now. Um, oh, I'm quite sure they're in there somewhere. You just gotta be in there every day and watch them. You want to go out now? All right. Oh, I need to get a new chair. This one keeps falling down. Hank, I don't know how old you are. I'm 59, so I remember the days when we could shoot lead. And I mean the ducks, there was one time that it was like this. If you were tired of shooting puddle ducks, you could go out on open water and shoot divers. And I'm talking good divers, bluebills, redheads, canvasbacks. $37. So yeah, I mean those were the days, man, where you could literally go out and you could set up 100 decoys out on open water. 90% of them were black milk jugs painted, and shoot you a limit of canvasbacks or redheads or bluebills. Um, or you could go in the swamp and shoot mallards. It all depended on what you wanted to hunt that day. It was absolutely crazy. Um, there were times. I mean, we'd get in on the blackjacks down at Billups, and man, I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't leaving that coot alone, son. I'm gonna tell you straight up. You get that pull due and you pull them gizzards out, and you got yourself a fine meal. Um, yeah, I shot my first duck when I was 7. Oh, girl, you hate a closed door, don't you? Oh man, oh man. Hot roasted pull due is good. I tell you what, I did some marsh hens that way. Well, depends on what you call a marsh hen. Purple Gallinoo, um, those what I'm calling a marsh hen or a swamp chicken, and picked them whole, cooked them down, added some seasoning, added some what they call what's that? Oh man, I don't forgot the name of it. It's a browning sauce. Um, you can make it out of a root kitchen bouquet. kitchen bouquet just to make it dark. Added some mushrooms to it. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. That was some good eating there. I don't care who you are. Everybody talks bad about the old pool do. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. They eat the same thing a duck will eat. Oh man, I don't have that stick with me. I got a feeling tonight's gonna be one of those nights I'm getting up and down, opening and closing that door. Top end of Mill Creek. Yep. You talking about? Yeah. You talking about over there by the oh, the Iron Gate, over by the Iron Gate. Yeah, but what you got to understand, Greenhead, is we just don't have the ducks like we used to. Not here anymore. Um, I've had large flocks circling and big stump. Okay. Um, I've had I've had hundreds of mallards in the timber in Arkansas. I've had hundreds of mallards in the swamps of South Carolina. Well, we just don't see them like that anymore. They're all going to these impoundments that are 90% of them are flooded corn. We just don't see them like that anymore. Um, I think the most mallards I've ever seen in one spot was around 5,000. About 5,000. I think that was the most I've seen in one spot, and that was not here. I was up in Canada on one of them playa lakes. I've seen pintails by the hundreds. Canada. What's up, Cody? Glad you could make it in tonight, man. How you been? South Carolina is just a forgotten fly. Yeah, we're a flyover. Now, listen, I will say this: there are still ducks here. There are still ducks in South Carolina, but they're not on public. They're all on private land. They just go to private. Number one, they get plenty of rest. They got plenty of food. They got plenty of water. Nobody, only bothered once or twice a week. Say, Craig, man, I'm glad you're in here. I've seen 2,500 in the pen over by the ponds in Remini. Don't blink or you'll miss them. If we can just get some cold weather this year, I think we'll be fine. I'm a little concerned about the the lack of rain we've had in some places. I'm a little concerned about the amount of rain as far as too much in some places. But overall, I think we're going to have I think we've had a good hatch this year. And crazy waterfowl season only 80 days away. Yeah. I'm hoping that if we can get the cold weather to push the birds south, the southern hunters will have a great hunt. I think the hunters from the Canadian line um, down a little ways, they're going to have a phenomenal first season. Then after that, if we get the cold weather, we're going to see a phenomenal second season. But we just got to get cold weather. Oh, dude, Craig, that was freaking awesome, dude. There was a bunch of ducks on that field. I mean, there was a bunch of ducks up there, man. We need rain and cold weather. If they'll hold the lake level at full pool, then we'll see some big ducks in the swamp. Yeah, but we need more weather than we need a lot of things right now. We just haven't had the cold really. I mean, 1 or 2 days is not going to push them. We need weeks of cold, early cold. Yes, I agree with you. I agree 100% with you. So I have to have a good freeze north of us. Yeah. We got to have that freeze line. Mark, are you still in here? I need to. I'm thinking. I don't know if I was getting ready to ask you, but I'm gonna give you a call tomorrow morning if it's okay. See if we can't come out. Me and Bougie come out tomorrow afternoon after work. I know, Cody. I got you, man. All right, I'll give you a call. I'll give you a call tomorrow, sometime around lunchtime, and just to make sure as we can get up there. Me and Boozy going to come up there and get wet. We've been classified in severe drought in the area. It's as dry as I've ever seen it. Ouch. Well, Charles, I am hoping that we get and I don't want it to be a bad storm. You understand, but we need a couple tropical storms to put water back on the ground. I don't want it to be bad where people get run out of their homes and all that kind of stuff, but we definitely need some water up there. Oh, Cody's still shooting ducks when they hadn't even plumed out all the way. I had no idea you didn't even know that you were allergic to shrimp. We had spaghetti the other night, Cody, and my wife actually mentioned you. She goes, I bet he wishes he was here now. Yeah, I tried to kill him. I tried to kill him with feeding him shrimp, and then I ran him into a tree. But I did warn him. I said, "Hey, you gotta grab that push pole and push off that tree." And he just like focused in on that one merganser he was trying to get. Ouch. 0.6 inches of rain here since May. Oh, man. Yeah, we need some water up there. Oh, trees and water don't compute. Man, hey, all right. So, Hank, if you're still in here, you know the area. This is Cody after five outdoors. After five outdoors is Cody. Um, he lives up in Minnesota, and he came down here to hunt with me, and I took him um, through the swamp, went into the Broadwater area, and was hunting in that little creek right off what I call the Broadwater Flat. That's that first flat to the left. And he was like, there was so much Spanish moss back in there, and he was like, man, I'm going to be hearing dueling banjos here in a minute. Little PD is slammed. I hadn't even been that way, Craig. I went for a ride the other day and was looking at some of the corn around here, and man, it's dried up. Chris, what's going on? You gotta watch out for the swamp apes. Yep, yeah, you do. I got a video out there. We were shooting summer ducks. One we were back up in there, and we had 5 or 6 turkeys that had roosted right above us. We didn't know they were there. I got a video way back in the day. Florence, South Carolina, Lumberton, North Carolina, along the Interstate 95. Got lots of rain Saturday. I could hear the thunder, but we got nothing. I thought it was going to rain this afternoon. That's why I got the grass cut quick today. I didn't even blow the clippings off the driveway because I thought we were going to get enough rain and just wash it into the street and down the gutters. But if it's still there in the morning, I'm going to have to blow the driveway off tomorrow. So what's the deal with the swamp ape? Well, they're called a lot of things, Chris. Bigfoot, Sasquatch, swamp apes. I didn't even think about taking him over to the. We did go into Low Falls in that area. We rode back up in there, but I didn't even think about taking him to the landing to the actual tackle shop. Rougarou, yeah. Oh, I keep telling people there is something up there, man. I've heard too many noises that I can't explain. Oh, you talking about them swamp donkeys like them river deer? No, we saw some. We were cutting down a little creek while we were there, when he was with me, and we saw some swamp donkeys running down the bank. I think I got video. I can't remember if I got video of that or not. If you go in there, don't pass no drug test anytime soon. Yep. Yeah, water was real high when we went in there. It sure was. I'll tell you, now Cody's not going to understand this, but you will, Hank. We went into Indigo Flats in the center, where all the buckbrush is, and you could barely get a push pole to touch. As a matter of fact, if you see the video, I think it's the my trailer video. A lot of that video was taken when Cody was here. A lot of that video was taken when he was here. No, that would have been no, that wasn't the 2015. That would have been 2021, wasn't it, Cody? 2020, 2021, yeah. Now on the 2015, my wife and I were in the Outer Banks when that storm hit, and it was flooding us out of our vacation home. And so we took off and came home, cut our vacation short, and I got home, and I've got pictures of my yard that was flooded. Yeah, listen, he got run out of that swamp, and I felt kind of eerie. I went in there by myself one afternoon, and I felt eerie. I felt real eerie going. It just something felt like something was watching me the whole time. And I have seen pics of something that's in there. I still don't know what it is. I can't tell you what it is. Yeah, it was high in 2015. It was either the 2021 season or the 21-22 season. It was somewhere in there. Well, say, Daniel, how you doing, buddy? Glad you can make it in. Yeah, it was, but our water was high. You still haven't been back. How many traps did you actually leave in there? Because I know you said you had set a bunch of traps in there, and you said I ain't going back to get them. December of 20. Okay. Time flies. Yes, it does. Um, Greenhead, you said something earlier about what do we know about what, and I didn't quite. I don't understand the word. Do we have alligators where I'm at? Is that what you're asking? Yeah, we got alligators here. It's still, yeah, we got them here. I can't work. I cannot find a body of water around my house to work my dog in that does not have an alligator in it. Rougarou, that's Sasquatch, or facsimile thereof. Oh, but he said something else. I'm not exactly. I don't speak French Cajun, so I know a few words, but that's about it. Here I am pushing buttons again. Walking, what's up? Or an alligator snapper turtle the size of a manhole cover. You got that right. Let's see if I can find it. Defoulet. I don't know what that is, and I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. So, Greenhead, you're going to have to give us some education on that. Swamp likes to draw you in like a fly beacon, draws you in so the spirits can kill you. I got you. Matt, working on. Hey, I'm fixing to go down to Louisiana. I got to understand what they're saying. Now, I will tell you, if you take the river road, if you headed to Argentina in 2 weeks, awesome, dude. Man, I have never been there. My dad has been there, and I don't know where you're going. I'm assuming you're going duck hunting, or shoot doves. But they got some awesome food down there. I'll brush this Francois in. That 410 pattern was awesome. Yes, it was, Craig. I loved it. But if you take, and Hank might know about this, but if you take River Road coming from Pax and follow it around, there's a little spot on the right-hand side that has lights, and there's no electricity there. And on certain nights, you can drive by there, and it's lit up. For those that don't know, that means Cajun French. Duck dove, koala somewhere. Buenos Aires. I got you. I heard, I don't know how true this is, close to Green Tree. Not far from Green Tree, Hank. Not far from Green Tree. Same road. Let's see here. I wish I was going with you. Well, Hickory Top, Green Tree, all the same. But I heard through the grapevine that shells were going for almost $40 a box down there. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I heard. I've been hearing that the duck hatch was very poor this spring. Now, see, I've been hearing that the duck hatch was pretty good this year. They've had excellent conditions. I don't know where that magazine's at right now. Right now, they quote us at 20 to 25, so I hope they already stockpiled a bunch. Okay. Man, quit cussing on this channel. I don't know how many times I got to tell you, Cody. Quit cussing on the channel. You said the K word. With all the rain we got, we heard a lot of nests were flooded out. I'm quite sure some of them have. I know that they'll re-nest. But yeah, I'm hoping it was very localized, and I'm thinking that when y'all started getting all that rain, that the first two hatches were already over with. So they may have been on either the second nesting or the third nesting, because they will nest at least. There's some ducks will nest up to 3 times in a year. And I'm hearing that a majority of the ducks have been, and they've been doing some research on this here lately, that the majority of the ducks are not making it that far north to nest, and they're nesting further south. So there's a lot of ducks that just never made it up. I mean, y'all were seeing, just Cody, you were telling me y'all were seeing ducks, lots of ducks, and I'm hearing other reports that they majority of them didn't make it that far because they were nesting further south. Now, I don't know if that has to do with the amount of rain or the wildfires up in Canada, and they short stopped on the way up. I don't know. I'm not a biologist. I don't know. But the Atlantic, I know that yeah, that's what I'm heard. That's what I've been hearing. Same thing. Kansas, Nebraska, Missouri. Um, Trudeau made a carbon tax and put out the fire. Now I know the Atlantic flyaway was in excellent nesting conditions. The office was even too expensive for the ducks to fly that far. All right, you're going up on the wall here. Hang on. You made it. Hank, you made it. Oh my gosh. And they flew backwards. You have, you know what? I may start doing this, dude. I may start putting the funniest comment up on the board, and then have a tax, like a $5. You got to pay a $5 tax. Um, you got to get taxed. Food inflation is the ducks. Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. Somebody needs to do a T-shirt with that on the back. I'm taxed to death already. Well, Hank, you're not too far from oh shoot, what's them two boys' names that own that duck boat remodeling company? Oh man, I can't even think of their names right now. They're out of Blythewood. And if you die, you still have to pay taxes. And if you die, you can still vote. You can still vote. You still have to pay taxes, therefore you still vote. Yeah, they're right there. Votes. You can only check the D box when you're a dead voter. Anti, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, buddy. I want to do some. I don't need any repairs, but I do want to. I do want to beef it up a little bit with some stuff. I think Salt Creek should sponsor both of us this year. Tell you what, um, I'm right here to tell you, I have. If it works out, if this works out, I may be coming in January. Coming in January and hunting with you, and then hunting with Chris from OARC Outdoors, and also in Arkansas. If I can get everything planned out just right. Yeah, they can get you right, dude. They're some awesome. They are some awesome guys, man. I mean, they really are. Um, they know what they're doing, and like I said, I got some work that I'd like to have done to my boat, beefing it up a little bit in some places. Well, if Chris, you still here? Because I know he's going to be hunting with a buddy of his down in, I believe it's El Dorado. I believe it's in the El Dorado area, and I'm quite sure we're going to be hunting up in toward the northeast, right? So, but he is supposed to be coming up to hunt the northeast area as well. So I'm going to see how that all plays out. But yeah, I'll tell him. I don't know if he's still in here or not. If he is, he's probably asleep. Yeah, I know it's on the other side of the state from where y'all are at. I know that much. But like I said, I may be going down there, yeah, in Ball Knob, and then turn around and coming back up and hunt with y'all. I'm hoping that works out, man. I am praying that it works out. if y'all will buy some more t-shirts, a lot more t-shirts, I guarantee you it'll work out. But yeah, I got the Louisiana trip. I got Arkansas trip. Putting in again, and the time is now. I got to do it. I got to do it the next few days. Is get my swan permit put in for North Carolina. And if I can get those trips kind of lined up, I'm going to pretty much stay a lot more in South Carolina, but moving around a lot and going up into North Carolina, the hunt with Craig and hopefully Charles. But I want to get in there. I'd love to get in that timber again. Let me bring my 410 in there or a 28. That ought to be some fun. You just go busting up in the room like you own the place. You just come in here like you own the place. As long as you ain't, I won't be crippling none. You get them down in the timber. You get them hovering over the decoys. I'll bust them. Ain't none of this shooting treetop high, dude. I want them down in the decoys. That number 9 TSS will wrap them up, son. Put it to you like, if a number 9 TSS will wrap a tundra swan up, it will definitely wrap up a mallard. And I don't care what gauge you're shooting. Puff them like feather pillows. I always tell people, and Hank and RD and some of you other guys in here, they talk, they talk about shooting mallards in the timber, but we grew up shooting summer ducks whistling through the trees. And if you can hit a summer duck coming through the trees, you can definitely hit a mallard that looks like a trash bag floating. Hey, that barn door was moving, Bubba. What are you talking about? That barn door was moving. Oh, I ain't worried about that there, Cody. Going from shooting summer ducks to mounted like a fighter jet at 7.4. Yes, sir. Oh, I'll smack down on them. I'll smack down on the merganser, son. I am not a mallard purist. I am not a mallard purist. You asked Craig how I went and visited Craig the first time we hunted, and we were going on a goose hunt, and there was no geese, so we went and shot doves. I pulled up on a dove that was flying over, and he yelled out, "It's too high!" I pushed that dove backwards. I hit him so hard. I was mad at him. Appreciate that, Anti. Yep. It's always feast or famine. All right, Cody, take care of yourself. Be careful out there, man. You need to give me a holler, dude. I need to ask you something. Not tonight, though. Maybe tomorrow. Well, Anti, I don't know if you've checked on it lately or not, but you asked last Monday about this style hat, and we are bringing it back. It's in there now. That hat right there, and in 3 different colors, or it's three different colors. So, um, I need to get the other camo in there. I got some other camo patterns. I need to get that in there this week. I might have sent you back to the truck. Let me tell you something. If I see, and I am still looking for the perfect mount, the perfect merganser mount. And I want one. I want a fully plumed merganser drake to put on the wall. I do. I want one. I want to put it on the wall. I think they're beautiful doves. They eat worth a crap, but they're beautiful doves. But I promise you, there, dude. If I come to see you in the timber, all I'm shooting is mallards. Now I ain't gonna tell you whether they're gonna be green or brown, but I'm gonna shoot nothing but mallards. You're welcome, Anti. Jeff, what's going on? How you doing? How's your little pup doing? Feed them things to the dogs. I didn't say they were good to eat. I'll never say that. But I do want one to put on the wall. I think they're beautiful ducks. And I do want to. I just haven't shot one that I thought was pretty enough. They make decent catfish bait. Yeah, they do. Hank, what do you know about that going in the swamp to go duck hunting and setting out trot lines? putting trot line, putting a hook on the end of your decoy line and fishing for catfish in the swamp. A buddy of mine has a pool doo, a ganser, and a blackjack dead now in his living room. I bet that'd be pretty cool. I was thinking about doing I think it would be pretty cool to have and Hank and RD in here can testify. It would be a South Carolina WMA limit, duck limit, and it would have a merganser on it and a coot, or as Greenhead says, a pouldu. We got to get together, Hank. We got to get together. Do a little hunting together this year. You sent a pic. Can you show it? This your this is from RD. This is his chest mounts of his let's see if I can get it without it so much glare. Can y'all see that okay? There's a lot of glare in here. Merganser, coot, dapper, trash can slam. There you go. Dog's going cradle lows in the heat again. Still have an otter for sale. He's already picking up birds over the gun. All right, Craig's got a good laugh. I've seen Otter working when he was a pup. So comes from a good line. He gets worked every day or every other day at least. I don't know how the game wardens would take to having a dapper at your taxidermy, man. Jeff, the issue last week is the 4th of July holidays. But it shouldn't take that long. But it was the 4th of July holidays. That is the problem. I mentioned it earlier before you got in here. But just take in mind of the holidays. But I will make a phone call tomorrow to check. Okay. Had to put on e-collars. It's quiet now. Yeah, I gotta know them to be quiet. Yeah, but my problem is, Hank, if I had one, I'd want to show it to people, and that's where I would get in trouble. But I got to order. I got to order. I got to order my swan. I got to put in for the swan lottery this year. Yeah, I've actually had that during teal season. I've had one. I was out of the boat retrieving. Um, I was out there retrieving some teal one morning, and had one sneaking up behind me. Well, we don't have gator tags like y'all do. We have to do a lottery, and we only get one. But they don't. They don't. They don't. They hunt a gator here, whereas y'all fish for them. And I don't make it a habit to be friends with green jeans. Well, I do a few videos that gets me noticed. That's why. That's why I got to be careful. But it would be a cool mount, and I would definitely get a plaque under it that says a South Carolina lottery WMA hunt limit. Yeah, no dogs during December in September. You're right. Yeah, we can. It's a lottery for us here, and we can only get one if you're drawn. And I wish they'd make it a little bit. I wish they'd make it a couple more. I really do. But we do not have the alligators like y'all. I mean, we have them. They're here, but we don't have the amount that y'all have. Yeah, we had that happen to us in the back of Billups a few years back. We had we had a flock of teal that came in. Um, I think we knocked down 5 or 6 out of that one pass. It was crazy. And before we could get it was before we could get the boat unhooked, we had alligators already in the decoys. We got a few of them. Now I know Greenhead has probably seen this, but I have seen alligators active in December around here. So I've seen people do it on TV. I've never been invited to one. Um, if we get in gator tail here, unless someone happens that, um, if somebody happens to get one during the season, but most time I got a little store down the road. I know y'all know it. It's called Batten's, and they got fried gator tail down there. You southern hunters are nuts. You go in the water with gators. The only number of gators that act down here is when I get water for you. Yeah. It's about right what it is here, man. You just got to watch what you're doing. I wouldn't have happened to been behind in the flats behind oh shoot. Doggone, what's the name of the creek? Dadgummit. Um Man, I can't think of the name of that creek. Runs over there by Passini Island and runs out by Super Flats and dead ends right there in the top end of Hickory Top, or the bottom end of Hickory Top. Yeah, cottonmouth. I'll tell you what, down here in the South, if you build a duck blind, yeah, I know where that alligator is, dude, or was. What's the name of that creek, dude? What's the name of the creek? Runs behind. You go through the hole in the wall. You go around Passini Island. You take a right, and then follows it out to the super flat dead ends at bottom end of Hickory Top. What's the name of that creek? My mind just went blank. Literally just went blank. But anyway, talking about the South, if you build a duck blind in the South, before you get in, a couple of days before you go visit, I don't care how cold it's been. No, not Boathouse Slough, but that the alligator I'm thinking of was near it, very near it. You better go in there with armed with a 22, a 22 with rat shot, a couple of cans. Our greenhead man, take care of yourself. A couple of cans of wasp spray. You better have that with you. I have never had a shark eat any of my birds. I'm trying to remember the name of the creek. If you leave Jack's Creek Landing and you run like you go into open water and you turn into the hole in the wall and you break out through the hole in the wall and you make a left. I mean, excuse me, a right. You make a right. That's the creek I'm talking about. That creek runs all the way down to the end of Hickory Top, to the bottom end of Hickory Top, where it dead ends, or so a lot of people think. But over to your left is the super flat. And I'm trying to remember the name of that creek. Well, anyway, back up in there is where I found one a few years. It has been a few years. Matter of fact, that was probably one of my last great duck hunts here, where we shot a 5-man limit of teal and wood ducks, and we shot not only summer ducks, but we shot blue and green winged teal, and that was in January, I believe. But it was some time ago, and that was probably the last good. I mean, really good. We shot a 5-man limit of birds. I'll think of the name of it here in a little bit. And then I'll end up blurting it out. And nobody know what I'm talking about. Oh man, oh man. But I'll tell you I think, Jeff, you're talking about alligators and whatnot. And I know Charles and Craig talking about cottonmouths, but for me is the red wasp. Those are the ones that get me. Those are the ones. The red wasps are the worst. They are most definitely the worst. Yeah, we were. That's how we found that hole. It is covered up in giant Savannah. Last time I was in there, is why I quit hunting it. It is completely covered up in giant Savannah. There's no open water in there anymore. But I had hunted that thing even as a kid. We hunted in there, and we were out scouting and heard a bunch of ducks. Um, um, we got out of the boat. We were standing beside the boat and just kind of easing the boat through the woods, and that's when we found, a bunch of ducks. Oh my gosh, there were so many teal in there. It was not even funny. Oh, you ain't never. I tell you, you get in some high water years, and you got fire ants, and that water goes out into those open flats and those tree flats, and those those daggone fire ants will ball up on top of the water. Yep, they'll get you. I was down on the lower lake many years ago, hunting. We were teal hunting, and now I wear waders regardless. And my son got out of the boat, and he wasn't wearing waders. And we normally during teal season we hunt in the boat because of alligators and whatnot. But he got out of the boat in shorts, and he got back in. He was covered in leeches. Yep, never safe till a heavy frost. That's right. Well, it's been pretty cool. That's I think we had a good night tonight. We're gonna keep going. We got about another 30 minutes or so. Hang out, just talk about whatever. That's what I like about this thing, man. Is and especially tonight, and everybody's so active in the chat and talking and coming up with stuff, and this is what I like, and you know What do you do for fun? Dangerous. Well, it's the South, man. We've just kind of got used to it. Yeah, we just kind of got used to it. It's, you know, it's not like that there's snakes in every tree and fixing to fall out. Hey, Ray, Cecilia, how you doing? Glad you can make it. It's not like there's you get bit or stuck, run some dirt on it, and keep rolling. That's right. It's not like there's a snake in every tree or a gator sitting on every log or anything. But it's just something you got to keep in the back of your head, and you just know when to go and know when to take your dog and know when not to take your dog. And um, speaking of getting stung, I got doe popped the other day by a dadgum yellow jacket. Tickle their eyebrows with a load of something. Ain't that the truth? What are you laughing at? Well, I appreciate it, Cecilia. Thank you so much. Makes my snap and turtle a picnic. We got them too. We got them too. Oh man. Oh, that was what was I gonna do? Man, I had something else I wanted to say tonight. I can't remember what it was now. One of these days, I'll start writing stuff down. Appreciate that, Anti. I mean, me and Craig, we named a little swamp. We call it the Cottonmouth Hole. Now, I personally have never seen a snake in that hole, but you know that they're there just by the look of it. You spray them this week, and they'll be back next week. Yeah, I sprayed them yellow jackets. Like I said, I got doe pop last week, and I sprayed them in the afternoon. And by the next morning, the ones that got away already had two other nests built. No, but when you die, they put your plaque on a tree. If when you die, if you know, they'll put a plaque on a tree for you. Jeff, I could take you up in the swamp and show you 27 different plaques that were nailed to a tree. That gum you. You pick up your plaque for that at Low Falls Landing. If the guy is sober enough to do it for you. Oh. He won't. That's right. He won't be sober. No. Craig, are you still in here? Craig, are you still in here? Do me a favor, shoot me a text on Otter and the price. Can you do that for me real quick? I wouldn't be so around those. Sobriety is an option. I know, was it a couple of years ago? Right there at Low Falls, someone enticed a very big alligator out of the water, and it was running around in the parking lot. Somebody was telling me about that. I about died laughing, but they did. They enticed one out of the water. I think with a whole chicken tied on a string. I've actually had small ones try to climb in the boat up my camouflage netting during teal season. You need a bigger boat. Well, you've been in my boat. You know how big my boat is. He didn't make it back to the water. Craig, when you get a chance, send me some pictures too. Okay? Send me some pictures of otter. I'm going to send them to somebody. I've seen quite a few in front of Elliott's. All right. Hang on, I'm doing some business. Got it. I think it was about 10 or 15 years ago, Hank, when they were still doing the crawfish at the Elliott's crawfish ponds. We pulled off the side of the road right there, and we were going to actually get some crawfish from the store, and we saw a couple of guys in the ponds fishing the traps, and then one of them took off running, and about 5 traps blew up in the air, and there was an alligator in there. Boat broke to the gun. Oh, got lots of drive on birds. Yeah, he does. Yeah, I've seen. Well, I've never seen him work on birds, but I have seen him work on dummies, training dummies. Yeah, I've done some teal hunting over there um, before when the water gets low like it is now and follow the creeks around. I am not, but I have a friend of mine who is. So I'm just passing on some information. No, I got bougie, man. I'm bougie's gonna be with me. Jeez, I got Miss Bougie, man. I'm gonna tell you, if we can get on the birds this year, um, that's gonna tune her up. She's gonna be right. I just got to get on the birds. I wish I could take her to Louisiana, but I am not gonna take a dog down there in September. All right, River, take care, man. Appreciate you stopping in. Right, you got to plant. Yeah, 8 grand a year, and you got to do the planting and fix the blind up. They were. They were. I'll tell you one of the best hunts though, Craig, was that first trip up there in October. And I know that you weren't in the hole with us. Um, but man, when those mallards came in October, and we put the smack down daddy on them. That's going to live. I mean, we didn't kill a lot of ducks. I mean, we didn't shoot a lot of mallards, but all we shot were mallards, and that was a hunt to remember, dude. I know Andy and Kayla both were like, they were ecstatic. I'll take frostbite over a gator bite. You big. That gum, Jeff. Like 10,000 came out of when y'all look. Bo, that the only problem with that hunt is those ducks came right at shooting time, and I didn't have good camera light. But I was not going to miss that opportunity of shooting wild mallards. I wasn't going to miss it, and we put the hammer down on them. I know Cody's not in here. Hank's in here. I don't know if RD knows where I'm talking about, but there is how much is a duck per pound in your grocery store? I have no idea. I've never bought a duck in a grocery store. I have never bought a duck in a grocery store. Never. But there's a place we call the hole in the wall, and it's tight. And if there's hardly any water, if you got low water, it's actually tighter because of the base of the trees. But I took Cody through there, and I took him through in the daytime, and I said, "Listen, keep your hands and feet inside the boat." And I never let up. I went through there just blasting it, and never nicked a tree, never hit anything, just went straight on through. But the look on his face was pure and utter fear. Yeah, I'll be quite honest with you. I don't think I've ever seen a domesticated duck in the grocery stores around here. I'm not saying they don't have them. I just don't think I've ever seen them. I bought many a chicken, but and I have no how much they are price pound. I just go in and pick one I want, and I go in, I buy it, and I go home and cook it. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a whole duck in a grocery store around here. Not saying I couldn't get them. I could probably go to the manager and ask him to order me one. I just don't think I've ever seen one. Daniel said, wife almost hit a timber wolf with a car on her way to work this morning. Talk about a nasty critter. Wow. Craig saying he's never seen one. I'm assuming saw a goose for sale in a grocery store a while back. They range from $70 to $90. Good Lord. They're in the frozen food department. I've never bought one myself. I've never seen one. They might be in there. That's probably why I've never seen one. I know we got a few of them down here, Craig. Got the red wolves. They've reestablished in our state. I've never seen them. I've never seen a wild. Well, I've never seen one in the wild. I've seen them in a zoo, but I've never seen one in the wild. Same way Manchester Farms quail. Oh, okay. You know, Hank, I've never even, I don't, this may sound bad, but I have never bought quail from the grocery store. I've never bought frog legs from a grocery store. That's something I haven't done in a long time is go frog hunting. Mark saying he's got a black bear in the neighborhood. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. Oh, man, that is some place I have not been to in a long time, Hank. I have not been there in a long time. You got to come down. You got to come down this way. Let me know you're coming one Friday or Saturday, and let's go. Let's go down to the DNR range and shoot a few rounds of skeet. Maybe we can get RD and Mark and to come and join us. Nice conversation. Everything wants to eat you. Listen, this is the South, Jeff. You're in the South. Everything wants to prick you, sting you, bite you, eat you, and that's just the women, dude. We're just talking. That's just the women, and they got everything else out there wants to do the same thing to you. Yeah, the old Indigo Club. Yep. We ought to pick a Saturday and meet up out there and go walk through the sporting clays. Whatever it cools. Bo, that won't be into October. All right, Craig, have a good evening, buddy. Appreciate you stopping by, man. Give me a holler this week. I've been doing so much um, pattern testing this year that I haven't had time just to go and have some fun. And I just want to go have some fun, go walk around and shoot a little bit. And yeah, they got a pretty good range. The DNR range isn't bad at all. The sporting clays that they've got, and it's all in the shade as well. Um, um, we hadn't even talked about spiders in the South. That's next week. I'm going to bed. Yeah, you ain't had fun till you run into a big old banana spider in the middle of the night, driving your boat hit Mach 10 through the swamp. But the sporting clays range at DNR, I mean, it's in the shade. For the most part, I mean, everything's in the shade. It's not a big range. It's not a big course. I think it's like 8, maybe 9 stations, maybe. And there's a couple of them that I just like to go to, because it's more of the duck hunting style. But dude, you're just paying for, you're paying for your clays there. Where you go to Hermitage, I can't even remember the price of it now. Maybe Story Farms, Reference Ducking Store. I don't know. Maybe, Anti. I don't know. I've never thought to buy a duck from a store. I've eaten store bought duck, but I have never bought one or cooked one. But I don't know when the last time you've been to the DNR range, but they've got a 5 stand there. That's pretty cool. They've got, of course, the skeet, and then they got the sporting clays. The only one that's in the sun is as far as the sporting clays, the only one that's in the sun is Station 1. But that's where I go to do all my pattern tests. We even built a cheap old target stand. They have come a long way. Rich, he's the guy in charge out there, and you got Cole, who works there part time, and William, who works there part time. They have really put a lot of work in there and have gotten things right, man. Let me tell you. and they're actually going to be building on to it here in the near future if they haven't already started. Plus, they got the rifle and pistol range as well in the back. But guys, we have been here for over 2 hours now. I do shot the new. Oh, that's awesome, Jeff. That's awesome. I just put out the 410 video came out last Friday. I'm gonna let it run for about a week or so, and then I've got the 28 gauge and the 20 gauge coming out that I tested with the TSS, so it'll be coming out. But guys, again, we've been here for a little over 2 hours. I think I'm gonna call it a night. Again, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming in tonight. Y'all are why I'm here, man. This is why I do what I do. I like hanging out with y'all and chilling out and relaxing in the evening and, talking about anything and everything. Seems like tonight it was food and stuff that wants to eat you between snakes and alligators and spiders and wasps. But I do appreciate y'all coming in here. If you do get a chance, do me a huge favor before you leave. Hit the thumbs up button. If you have not already, it's been scrolling across the bottom. My new online store, www.daddyduck365.com. Go over here and look at some of the merch I've got. There's a lot more is coming. It was our first launch was last week. So, just bear with me. I'm going to have some more stuff, more shirt designs, more hat designs, everything. So hopefully y'all can come over and go over there and find you something that you like, help support me in that facet. It'd be greatly appreciated. But other than that, guys, y'all have a great night. You have a great week. If there's a video y'all want me to do or think about doing, shoot me an email. Just go to my page, the front of the YouTube page, go to About. My email is right there. I will answer your emails. Or leave me a message on Facebook or Instagram or wherever, TikTok, if that's where you're at as well. If there's something you want me to do or something you want me to try out, let me know. I'll be more than happy to try it. But anywho, y'all have a great night. Hank, it was nice to finally meet you. Thank you for coming in. Jeff, Anton, Daniel, if you're still here. I don't know who else is in here right now. So y'all have a good night. Take care, and we will see y'all next time on Daddy Duck 365. Good night, y'all.